Alright, so this is the second time I'm trying to record this, so we'll try to go through this a little bit quicker, because it turned out it was like an hour and 17 minutes the last time. So to give some context, this is going to be, these videos are going to be from our kind of internal tournament of group of friends of us are going to nationals in Austin for the Ultimate Time Wizard Edison tournament, so we're just kind of playtesting. Some of us have a little bit more experience with the format than others, but it'll still be good nonetheless. All right, so on the bottom we have Phantasm. On the top we have Jaren. Phantasm's playing Cat, and Jaren is playing Zombies. So let's go ahead and see. So we got Judgment, Call the Haunted, Spear Reaper. Let me turn this down. So we have Judgment, Call the Haunted, Reaper, Mizuki, Diva, Burial. So I'm probably just setting Reaper, or setting Mizuki. I'm definitely not going to summon Mizuki, which we'll see he does. And in this hand, we have a bunch of normal summons, plus a Dust Tornado. Alright. So he summons Mizuki, sets the two. So yeah, I'm probably setting Spirit Reaper. So he goes ahead. Although if you, so he sets the hamster. Hamster's going to get his Raikou, obviously. So he's going to set that deprison. Okay. Should have probably set the Reaper. He had a normal summon to use. So he's going to flip that Raikou. Pop the Mizuki just because he can't really swing over it right now. So it makes sense. So he main decks two Cyber Dragon, knows them both. Interesting. And just going to swing with both. Okay. He has four normal summons in his hand, so he's going to want to definitely set one of those. Set a Spy. Okay, makes sense. So right now we're just going to try to wall up on the Reaper. And we set a fourth back row. So we're setting a bunch of back row. Descendant's probably going to pop the monster because nothing else is getting rid of anything. We're going to walk into this Mirror Force. That Mirror Force all kind of was for free. Or not the Mirror Force, but the monsters were all for free, so it doesn't really do a whole lot. So he's going to press this Diva. He's going to Judgment that. Then he's going to go ahead, summon out the Diva. Call the Haunted back to Mizuki. He's going to Dust Tornado the Mizuki. So he's main decking Dust Tornado. Interesting. So now he could Mizuki back the Spirit Reaper, make a 5. And then from there he can Burial back the Mizuki, go for summon the Reaper again, make another 5 maybe, or just try to swing into it, maybe try to get a hand poke. But that's kind of all in, but I don't know. Sets both. So I'm definitely not setting Burial there, 100%. So he's going to do this. Gonna be able to swing over. Avarice, yeah. That's, good. So I know Phantasm really likes Pot of Avarice, likes decks that can play Pot of Avarice. Draws into heavy, so yes, punished for setting the Burial. Yeah, there's no reason to do that. Yeah, and this is just game from here. I'm taking that again. I'm taking that Diva. If that's not game, yeah, it is game. Okay. All right. So that's game one. So for Phantasm siding into zombies, I was thinking like Kaiku would be a good side. I think just like the beat stick. I'm probably trying to play low to the ground as the cat deck. Try to trade favorably, bring in Nox. Jaren can bring in Nox too. But yeah, so just kind of bringing in those kind of cards. If I'm Phantasm, just trying to play low to the ground, play good standalone cards. Yeah, some crows. Crows are good when you have Avarice. Jaren's probably just trying to bring in spell and trap removal, honestly, and Nox. I think that's probably your best bet. So we do see the Kaiku get sided in. So Mirror Force and Deep Prison. So this is interesting. I'm definitely not setting both of these. I'm just setting one of these. Probably just the Deep Prison. Keep that Mirror Force in hand. There's no reason at all to set both of these. One loses to heavy really bad. Two, they do the same thing, so you don't really, it's not like we're blocking two different types of play. All right, so here we're set. Yeah, just set the Dust Tornado. I mean, just set the hamster. sounds good. Now we luckily find a Starlight Road, so that's good. So we'll set that, This looks fine. So we drew into a Caius, so that's good. So we can go ahead and tribute off for the Caius. Either that or set a Raikou. I think Caius is probably the better play. Hit the new one. Mirror Force gets shown. And he's going to do some magical hats type shit to shuffle them around. He's going to burn 1,000 for Spear Reaper. He's going to attack into, yeah, that's good play. I'm attacking into the unknown zombie set, just in case it is a goblin zombie, so I can get rid of it. But you know, unfortunate that was a recruiter. All right, so now here, I think what he should have done is probably go Gale. Gale have the Caius and just swing. But he'll go ahead Plague and just get blown up by Oppression. You just gotta, as a zombie player, you just gotta imagine that they always have Oppression set. Because that's how you're losing. So he keeps that Raikou face down, gets that Deep Prison. Caius already did its job. Now he's got 2 Raikous plus a Heavy Storm. He gets Starlight Road, but Starlight Road, man, that Oppression negates, because Starlight Road is going to be special summoning, press, the negate, yeah, and that's just game, man. Yeah, honestly, really, really clean plays by the cat player. Some suboptimal, I think, a lot of dealing with our spells and traps probably was what we were doing, the kind of the weakest part. Didn't really get a whole chance to do a whole lot. So yeah, and then this is just a game. Gonna be able to do this. Gonna be able to Avarice. Just gonna have a bunch of cards. Yeah. Keeping in the Dust Tornadoes against the zombie deck is interesting. I don't know what you're really trying to hit. I know it's just like kind of clearing away for your cards, but I'm probably not siding Dust Tornado against the cat deck for sure, or against the zombie deck. Yeah. All right. Match 2. We got Hey Thanks Alex versus Treasure. We got Treasure usually on zombie, so we see that here. And then Alex is usually on black wings, but he decided to switch it up, play fairies instead. So we'll see if that works out for him. So going first, Treasure has a pretty decent hand. I'm probably going to be setting zombie because I have a dust shoot. I could take out maybe his 1 normal summon, keep that zombie afloat, and then try to go into Deep Sea Diva next turn. Just like try to win the game as fast as possible. But I think he's going ahead. Yeah, he summons Card Trooper. I'm not really sure. This Card Trooper in this match just doesn't seem that great. Doesn't really do a whole lot of anything. It's going to be a 1900 dude that is going to get... Okay, so this Dust Shoot goes ahead, takes out... So he has Dimensional Alchemist, Herald, Shining, Consecrated Light, and Soul Purity. So he's going to go ahead, definitely not touching the Consecrated Light, because he has that Card Trooper, like, Consecrated Light isn't doing shit. The Soul Pow, you never taken that. Heavy, Brain Control, and Herald. I think Herald might be the take, but ends up being the Dialk. I can see that because now he just doesn't have any plays at all. But like, let's say, if he draws into like a Shining Angel next turn, it's kind of like I would much rather draw or take the Herald, especially as the zombie deck. But you can just kind of beat him down now. So at first I was thinking he should take the Herald, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think the way the game is going, the zombie player is the beatdown, so you just kind of need to try to get this game over with. So I think taking his normal summon works. You're not really trying to be combo zombies right now, I don't think. So yeah, the Brain Control on the Card Trooper is really sus, especially because he's going to go ahead. Yeah, it doesn't hit shit, because there's nothing really good to mill in the Fairy deck, especially if you don't have Christian deck. Christian hand. I guess he was trying to turn on the soul, but so he's gonna trigger Gores. Gores is gonna get hit by Herald. So this is like a fantastic trade from uh, for Treasure because he's just straight up making him take a neg 1. And now he's not gonna have any tuner to sync with the card trooper. Like this is yeah, I think this Herald play. I think the brain control just in general like was not great. So now probably just summon Goblin Zombie attack swing. Don't mill anything. Get 3k on the board. Mill Fairy, but whatever. Who cares? Drops a Sopow. Okay. Again, I mean, sure. I mean, you're just gonna get 2 recruiters or 2 floaters. Yeah, and then this hand's ridiculous against this field, so it's not even close. This game got to go to. I think like so. I saw them talking about the dust shoot. I think even without the dust shoot, I think this game was not going to be a close one. I mean, who knows? But like, you had a D out that it wasn't even going to hit anything. I don't think because I think the next draw was a trap. I don't know, but so okay. So Cyber Dragon siding against the fairies is not great. I would say. Um, so there's that, and then Soul Release. I know fairy decks have been playing Soul Release to kind of modulate their Christia Grave as well as mess up their opponents. But I think Soul Release against zombies is really just not where you want to be, because you can go ahead, they can play the soul, or they can do all of their plays on their turn. You can't really like stop their sack Goblin Zombie for Kaias, which is one of their better plays. You can't uh, you can't like interact with their going off turns at all because all those cards are going to the graveyard that turn. Soul Release against zombies is not good, so I'm not citing Soul Release against zombies ever. And I've seen other people put that against zombies, and it's not good. I think the only decks you want to play Soul Release against is like Fairy Sworn, Light Sworn, like any Light Sworn variant, um, Amaryllis. Like even then, it's like not like amazing. And uh, frogs, like hero frogs. So besides those, like Soul Release is just kind of middling against zombies. So this hand from the fairy player is pretty average. It's like a decent hand for fairies, but even then, it's kind of just like I don't know. And then this zombie hand is really not good. You have the alert to get rid of the trag, and I think you should do that this turn. So let's see. So he goes Cyber Dragon, Gale, Sink into Stardust Dragon. So this is really weird because I don't know what you're trying to like Stardust Dragon negate. Because it's going to be either a DD Warrior Lady. So if it's a DD Warrior Lady, he just eats an egg 1. If it's a recruiter, he's going to get a DD Warrior Lady, which is like what this should have grabbed just right off the bat. I think he got like I don't know. That's weird. Uh, yeah. And so now we allure. We're gonna banish that trag. So we can go ahead. I'm I'm in this case always gonna be just like I mean you can summon the Goblin Zombie, but I'm probably just setting it, and then I'm not swinging with Stars Dragon. Don't give him a chance to deprison it. Don't give him battle recruiters. That's what he wants. Don't swing into a DD Warrior Lady. I don't know. It's just really weird that we keep attacking the fairy deck, setting up their grave for them, not really accomplishing anything from the attacks, only risking our Stars Dragon. So Goblin Zombie gonna get a search. Good thing that he attacked the Goblin Zombie, so he can't, sacrifice. We're gonna crash. Try to do the Christia thing. This should 100% end up with a DD Warrior Lady. But we don't end up with a DD Warrior Lady. The DD Warrior Lady should have crashed into Stardust Dragon. I think that's just kind of Alex being new to the fairy deck. Um, So we're going to swing over another Battle Recruiter. Still doesn't Honest. Gets out 80 Warrior Lady. You cannot do that because it's Nova Summoner. Sets a Compulse. They're going to put that back. Get a second Dialk. Man, this is... Yeah, I think just new to the Fairy deck. And I think if you are new to the Fairy deck in 2023, just don't play it. Just avoid it. It's not great. uh, yeah. So we're going to swing over with Honest. We have Torrential, Compulse. Mm. Yeah, we're in a tough spot for the zombie player. Reaper is pretty good against the deck. Okay, we go Caius, swing over, Book of Moon. Okay. Okay, we're able to actually do the soul release thing. Banish 4 of his cards, drop the Christia. Christia, okay, gets Compulse back. We'll still get the ad. Um, and Decree is still going to be on the field. So, yeah. All right. So I'm definitely summoning the Shiny Angel here. I'm not summoning the Honest. I'm keeping that pressure on the board. Um, yeah. So he's just going to return to stay alive. Was there, let's see, 2, 3. Um, 5. No, I was trying to think if there was a way that he could have tried to Christia through that, but he didn't know that it was a return, so. So yeah. So some things to note for this. I don't think the zombie player should have kept attacking into the fairies. I don't think the fairy player. I think the fairy player should have brought out DD Warrior Lady way sooner. Deal with the Stardust. Um, and I think that that's first turn Stardust Dragon was really weird. I really like the Lightning Vortex against the fairy deck. I don't like the Dust Tornado against the Decree deck. Um, I don't know what he was thinking with that. Maybe trying to like snipe the Decree after the fact, but like just like let them decree you, because then you're playing a better deck. Like if there's no trap cards, you were playing the better deck. I think anyway. Just like if you see the decree, just like side. You're like you don't need that many traps and zombies. Like maybe you do, but like I don't know. I'm not siding Dust Tornado against the Royal Decree deck, the Royal Decree Fairy deck. I really like the Lightning Vortex though. This allure is going to sit in sand for a little bit, as well as the return. Return both games, just proving to not be great in the zombie deck. So both Dust Tornadoes are going to actually pull off. I don't know if this return, maybe this return gets good later, but it looks dead right now. So he's going to MST just to go ahead, summon Sopao. Yeah, okay, that's fair. He has a Chalice. Comes on me, add back Mizuki, sure. Alright, so now we're going Card Trooper. Yeah, neither of these are Darks, man. Trying to just get something. Yeah, hits nothing. We do have a Vortex plus Mizuki combo, which is pretty good. It's just kind of like free. Plus a Book of Life, so hey, that's pretty good. Okay, so this Vortex is going to be amazing right now. That's like such a good Vortex. He's not getting any value off of either of those cards. Mizuki back. So kind of adding to the return fire. Um, so we'll see. And then he does have a lure. The lure can kind of turn on the return even more if that comes up. For yeah, you can lure away that plague. Okay, or the gale. I'm probably luring away the plague. So, or did he just draw? Did he draw into the Singing? I'm probably alerting the plague so that I can return it back and sync with it. Because like you've hit both decrees, right? No, just one decree. But like chances are, probably doesn't have another decree. But like if you lure away that plague, then Sangan and Gale are like still good in your hand. Um, versus plague is just like not good in your hand. Especially if you're not going to be dishing it with Brio. Okay, so he's kind of forced into heralding this, and then you're just like up a billion. Uh, this has got to be game for zombies, right? Just like I don't know what he can do at this point. Hits another soul release. Or is that from last game? Okay, yeah, it's from last game. So one soul release. Yeah, it's fusion. That's just gonna be. It's got to be it. Mind control, sure. Yep. And then we can just hit over it, and then return. Let me see. If his last, yeah, no. Does he have a thing that's over? No, he doesn't. But that's okay. I'm gonna see if there's something that could swing over Gores or swing like kill you with Gores. But yeah, that's it. I think the fairy deck is just like I think fairy just doesn't have a good matchup against uh zombies. I think fairy's best matchup is Black Wings. If like it needs to play against either of those really like special summon heavy decks where if it can stick an early Christia or a beat down deck and uh, if it doesn't play either of those like zombies um, like it can play without special summoning like it can do um, this is not great without special summoning but it does have traps so that's why like you play the decree uh, but I don't know I just don't think that right now fairies is very good I don't think it's um, and then zombies yeah so takeaways I don't think you should be attacking the fairies nearly as much all right let's go to so that was match won by Treasure. We'll go to Invoked Fart versus Kevboy Advance SP. Uh, all right, so funny thing about this match, he's going to open up Future Fusion. So this hand is like crazy good, and this hand looks awful. So we'll see how this plays out. So obviously Future Fusion, um, and then don't set the hamster so you can get your 2 red meds. Plus you have the Starlight Road to protect the heavy. That's protecting. Yeah, it's just like plus the MST against. He knows that he's going to be playing Black Wings. So these are the kind of 2 most played decks by each of the people. So you can Dust Shoot next turn, Deep Prison, Bottomless, yeah. Dust Shoot, take the Caius, keep him off of a lure, sure. Red Med now can start summon out Dude. That's good. And yes, why not swing? Because if he Mirror Forces, we're just summoning, you know, we're just summoning the Red Man back with the Wyvern. If he deprisons this, okay. It's like a +1 for you because of the Future Fusion. Dust Unit back, man. This is killer. But it's actually crazy that this game is as close as it is, honestly. I think that just speaks to how good Black Wings are. Um, we can go ahead, get a Goyo. Goyo, take a red med. And then we suddenly are up. Like, we have, okay, MST, so we can bring out the 5-headed dragon. I think that's good. I think, if this was like a Dust Tornado or MST for Kevin, he chained it, would have been not good, but MSTing the set so that 5-headed could come out and actually, because like otherwise you have no way to deal with the red mid right now. So yeah, this is good. Sack the red mid. Yeah, yeah. Again, kind of crazy that like it's not the absolute worst right now. So he's gonna attack over the five-headed. Um, Debris dead, right? Debris dead for right now because Raikou hasn't been hit. He's gonna hit the Raikou. That's gonna turn on Debris, but Allure is dead. Allure is no longer dead. He can Kaias though. Yeah, Kaias is game. So it's Kaias for game. Yeah, honestly, crazy that that was that close. But yeah, it was just kind of unwinnable. So this hand for the Dragon player, not very good. We do have Trag, which can be good. Um, we have a Drago that's dead. We have a Soul Taker, I guess, just to hit a beat stick, keep him off the Icarus attack. All right, so this play, let's see what. Okay, so he has Bora, Blizzard, Clute, Shura, Ick, and Torrential. So he's gonna go ahead and set Torrential. That's really interesting. Yeah, man, I don't know. I feel like I'm setting Icarus there, but all right. So he's gonna pass. Kevin is probably thinking that, or yeah, Kev Boy is definitely thinking that he's got a Gores in hand, uh, and I think Invoked Fart thinks that he has a Icarus attack set. So this Trag is going to play really well around that. Uh, yeah, I don't know why he attacked if his set is torrential. Um, yeah, not just not good. This Trag just kind of is really really good. So where he bottoms this here, I think he torrential that you chain torrential. Uh, keep your Shura engrave for value. I'm not sure. Keep your Shura engrave for a value. Get your Bora back engrave so that you can Blizzard next turn. Because he's not going to summon anything. He's not going to proc the torrential. So I don't know. I think I'm definitely chaining torrential here. Um, so yeah, chain's called on, so he can't. What's it called? He can't summon the Gale. But then that's going to be met with the torrential. So this torrential ends up being pretty good. I think, like in the case that there was a Call the Haunted, that makes the torrential good. But otherwise, I think you probably should have torrentialed on the bottomless. Someone's a Drago. Drago is alive again, but I mean, like, is that where you want to be? No. So draws heavy. Heavy's not good. Okay. Chain. He goes chain link one, whirlwind, chain link two, blizzard. Uh, Interesting. So he's playing around. That's playing around bottomless and torrential, right? And not oppression. So he could have gone chain link three oppression. But I guess probably think that the bottomless and torrential is a little more prevalent. So he gets his value, and now he can, I guess, go for the armed wing so that value can be live later. I don't know. But like, if he would have torrentialed on the bottomless, he would have a Soroko and Grave. He could have gone, done whatever. Uh, I don't know. Still doesn't set Icarus because he's, afraid of heavy, obviously. I think he just, okay, yeah, Soul Takers. So yeah, Soul Taker just doesn't seem like it's all right. I feel like I'd just rather play also Soul Taker in the Amaryllis, uh, with the Rise of the Amaryllis deck versus Smashing Ground seems or Titanial deck, I guess I should say, seems kind of weird. Um, Going for heavy, trying to just go for game, I guess. Let's see. No, okay. Doesn't drop Kalut, obviously. Sets Icarus. Okay. Sets two, sets three. Gonna get in phase Icarus, I bet. Yep. Okay. So destroy the two back row. And then you have, okay, so this is weird. Fossil Dyna. I don't know why he's bringing Fossil Dyna in against the Hamster Raikou Kaios deck. I don't know if that's just like inexperience against this particular deck. But like that cannot be right. Um, yeah, I don't know why he's doing that. So Brio bounce, swing for game because you have the value. Yeah. Okay. So now we got Future Fusion again. We got Red MD, Solemn Judgment, Bottom Trap, One Exploder Dragon. So that's crazy. And in his hand we have Fossil Dyna, which, like I said last, I don't think that that's good. Cyber Dragon against the Drago deck sounds like funny. Dad's gonna be dead. Kalu's dead because there's no other Black Wings. If he decided out Black Wings for these two, that's like really, really not what you want to do. Not where you want to be. And then MST. So I have no idea why he sided Cyber Dragons in. Um, yeah, like this is not good. I think that's just like game. I don't. You said a Fossil Dyna, but I think he draws. Yeah, he draws the Kai's for turn. So you just go red mid, summon Wyvern tribute for Caius. You have a Solemn Judgment, so like Fossil Dyna is literally the only thing that wrecks your day. Raikou, but playing Raikou. Summon back, switch them all to attack, man. MST D prison, yeah, and that's game. He's gonna deprison one of them, but I don't think that matters. Yeah, and that's gonna be game. Yeah, so I think Fossil Knight Cyber Dragon really, like, Kevin, don't side these against the flip dragon deck. Also, just don't get Future Fusion played on you. All right, match 4. Uh, we got me versus Oh God, I'm Coming, Please Help. So I'm playing Machina, and he's playing Vayu. So my hand's pretty good. So I'm testing out Crow. I saw James Arc list with Lightsworn that's playing double Crow in the main, playing Chaos Sorcerer. Um, I just want to try, especially because I'm playing Avarice, which kind of helps fuel Avarice. It's never going to be like a bad mill versus like spells and traps, and it's never really going to be bad. Like I can't think of a deck that's like bad against. All right, so let's go ahead and get hopped in. So I have Charge, Raikou, Bottomless, Machina, Crow, Iris. He has Vayu, Raikou, Kaias, Bottomless, Turnchill. Alright, so this is just like very average Vayu hand versus like a decent Machina hand. I'd rather obviously have a Gear Frame in hand, but I'm just going to go ahead and set the Raikou. Don't know, probably should have summoned Lila. I don't know. So I'm not going to Bottomless the Gruffer, obviously. I'm going to hit it with the Raikou. Although, maybe I should have in hindsight. Okay, so I think right here I should have heavied summon Lila, just get milling. So I can get this. Oh, this Avarice is live already. But what I don't think I should have summoned the Lila, because I can Avarice, or at least I shouldn't have summoned the Lila first, because I can Avarice, try to get a Gear Frame. But I go ahead, start off with the Lila. I don't know why. I think so I was like, well, I can drop this Fortress, but I don't have anything to make to even drop the Fortress with. And then it's funny enough, I Avarice, draw the Gear Frame. So if I would have just not summoned the Lila, kept in hand, I could have Gear Framed, and then that's. I think I'm just up at that point. Um, so yeah, I do have the Fortress engraved, so I search the Force. Seth's Necrogard now. Summon Sirocco, attacks, yeah. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I shouldn't have set Dust Shoot here also because I have heavy in hand. That was just big misplay. So now I just take a -1 heavy for no reason. Especially because this, I don't know. Set Bottomless. Right here he passes, I think is what he should do. No need to Brain Caius. Yeah, you just pass because Gores is really good against Fortress. Can't really do anything about it if you keep them both in defense. So I go Gear Frame. I think I just I tunnel vision on the fact that he has a Necrogarden engrave, so I'm just thinking about how he's going to negate Fortress attack with Necrogardener, but instead he just drops Gores on me because he has no cards on the field. So I should have put the Gores in defense, but it doesn't really matter. I think about setting or equipping the gear frame, but I choose not to. He's gonna make a play, so maybe because I didn't equip the fortress with the gear frame, he knows that this isn't torrential. I don't know if he was thinking about that, but he plays really, I don't know, I feel like really hard into torrential. If this was a torrential right here, that's just like game. So something to think about. And I had torrential in the hand, but decided not to set it. So I value one of those. Probably maybe should have just bottomless it. I don't know. Probably should have just bottomless it. I don't know why I would. Probably just wanted to keep the bottomless just to keep like life points up. Because like I can bottomless anything. I can't crow anything. So just get the hamster. Hamster is like probably the best rip besides the gear frame. So I go Ryko, hit the Gorse. He doesn't negate. Spirit Reaper. I'm just gonna torrential. Okay, so now he just has a bunch of traps. Top deck Fossil. That's gonna be met by torrential. Deep Prison. Stay alive. Set Ryko. Pop his trench or pop his judgment. Yeah, man. I don't know. I feel like yeah, I forget to put Armory Arm in the deck. That's not good, obviously. So I have to make Black Res instead and Deep Prison this. Not draw anything because a Plague Spreader topped. Charge, Mill, Plague, and Value. That's just game. So yeah, I feel like I 100% should have won. Just made a bunch of crucial mistakes. The charge milling the value is obviously lucky, but like, all right, so he's gonna be Cyber Dragons against me. I'm gonna be bringing Imperial Iron Walls, and setting out my bottomlesses and deep prisons, and bringing in Raigeki Breaks and Compulses is kind of what I'm doing. So bringing out my banishing removal, bringing in my non-banishing removal, bringing in Iron Walls, try to floodgate him out. If I would have pre-flipped the Iron Wall, he couldn't have operated, or he couldn't have played Allure unless he would have played Heavy. But I don't know. His hand's just not good, but he does have mind control on this, which is insane. And then sets Stone Ryko. I'll get this back, luckily. I'm gonna go ahead sack for Kai, since I do have that Iron Wall. Just get the Caius to do something now. Soul Release is gonna be dead against the Iron Wall. Soul Release is also it's gonna turn out to be not good in this match, but really good in the third game. So he's still just drawing nothing good. Brain Control. The Brain Control is kind of weird. I mean, maybe he has to live, but and if he could have gotten something good, like if he would have gotten like any Sirocco, that would have been actually really good. So maybe the Brain Control on the Trooper wasn't bad. At first, I thought it was like terrible, but maybe not. I think yeah, I play really cautiously with the fortresses. Maybe too much, but set to Necro doesn't really matter. Hit the Burial. That's fine. I'd rather Burial now. Avarice back. When the deck is able to Avarice, it feels like unstoppable, but getting theirs can sometimes be hard. Lila, get a +1. Yeah. And then just chain Iron Wall against Necro. Game. Okay, so he's got 2 Raikos, a Necro, Okay, so the Arma, pretty good. I go Lila. Just pop, don't attack, because I need this Lila to mill. Um, he's going to flip Raiko, hit my backer probably. Yeah. Summon Arma. Okay, so this is something. So he goes, Arma goes to attack. Arma is not mandatory. So I probably should have sharked him on this, partly because we're, really trying to test for like a competitive event. So I should have sharked him. Not even sharking, but just like don't summon an attack. But I decided to not, so I'm not a dick. So he sends value. I don't think it's changed anything because I have 2 Avarices that are. He has a soul release, so these are just like playing out the video just feels kind of dumb. So Card Trooper, swing over. What the fuck? I don't know. Probably shouldn't have swung over the Raiko, but I don't know. I think I lost when I opened 2 Avarice because I was really tilted the whole time. So he banishes the Crow because he has a soul release. It's gonna make both Avarices dead for the time being. If I had any of those Iron Walls, I think I have 2 in my graveyard right now. If I had any of those Iron Walls, I'd actually probably be up, but whatever. Sets the Sirocco. I think setting the Sirocco is kind of weird because he sees that I'm playing Iron Walls, so he should probably assume that it took out Bottomless and Torrential, or Bottomless and Deep Prison. So I don't think there was any really reason to set the Sirocco, but whatever. Takes the Card Trooper, mills some stuff, sacks, yeah. So he doesn't set the Sirocco this turn. Maybe he realized that. Yeah, summon again. Yeah, and this game's just over. Dust Tornado, whatever. Doesn't matter. Raiko, man. Yeah. Do I decide to hit the set? There's fucking no way, man. God damn. Yeah, I don't know why I hit the set. I was like, I need to just take the pressure off. But he had like Vires and Graves, so like I just didn't want to keep feeding him. But I just think I was in a losing situation anyway. But so I'm able to Avarice once, which is cool. Maybe hopefully get something. I don't, but after this Avarice resolves, he's gonna dust shoot me. So maybe I should have, in hindsight, set Dust Tornado, set Avarice. Does he have Heavy Engrave? No, he doesn't. But like that's one thing that I should probably think about more. Just like they can have Dust Shoot at any time, and so when I'm not able to be Dust Shoot, I should try to realize that maybe that set card is Dust Shoot, and he's in like I'm keeping it dead for him. And if I would have set the Dust Tornado and the Avarice, I could have summoned Card Trooper, maybe milled. Who's to say I could have milled 2 fortresses? I have 16 cards in deck. None of them are fortress, or 2 of them banished. 2 of them are banished, so I could have milled 1 fortress, and maybe done something. Because if I hit 1 fortress, man, like that's pretty good, and then so maybe I could have played out of it if I would have set those 2 before activating the Avarice. That's something had not caught about until watching it for the second time. So yeah, but I think the Machina deck is pretty strong. It has some tough early game when you don't see Gear Frame or like Charge or Light Brigade. But yeah, opening the 2 Avarice when he had a soul release was really, really bad. But that soul release was really good. So, all right. So yeah, also I think the soul I was saying earlier the soul release wasn't good against zombies, but I do think it's pretty good against Machina. Because if you can get their fortresses out of the grave into the banish zone, they really just have no win condition. So, all right, so that is those 4 matches, and after the 4 rounds, Alex, Dirt, Gannon, and KK are in the leaderboard, and I'll try to do this for the next, or for the each round. Just kind of look over, help me think about plays, help other people think about plays, and just kind of, try to spend more time thinking about Yu-Gi-Oh! All